Well, thank you for being here. What I'll talk about is we've all been focusing a lot on global warming, and I fully subscribe to the fact that it's a global threat and a threat that we need to focus on very, very heavily. But there is another threat that we also need to focus on, which is poverty. The fact that we have left the poor outside of the market economy. And this presents an equal threat, a threat that is turning in what some call global social warming. The social warming effect, which can become in a tremendous threat for us all. Now, there are different reasons why social warming is increasing. One is, in the next slide, the fact that we have a disjointed socioeconomic pyramid. The poor and the rich, even though we can interact with each other, there is no mutual understanding of the rich from the poor and the poor from the rich. This cannot continue to be the case. The reasons is partly because we've been playing a monopoly game. A monopoly game where the winner takes it all. The game is to own the whole board. And this cannot continue to be the case. We need to figure out ways where this is not the incentive under which we work. It's not the incentive that people strive. The other reason is because we all focus on the fact that the problem is inequality of income. But the biggest problem is the inequality of opportunities. I'm sorry to say that the world is not flat, because there's a tremendous inequality of opportunities. Now, you might say, well, this has been there forever. But the thing that has changed is the access to information. We don't know what we don't know. But now, people know what they don't have access to. And that wasn't the case in the past. And that's the thing that has changed. Also, the fact that media, there's much more news. And news are not fulfilling its role because they're not being as responsible as they should be, and because of the level of cynicism in news. This increasing trend has exacerbated the element of social warming. It is a tremendous threat that we face, and that we need initiatives to solve social warming. Now, what are those initiatives that we could start doing before we reach a tipping point? We have the exact same dynamics as global warming, that if it reaches a tipping point, it's going to be very difficult to reverse. So we need to start acting now before we reach that tipping point. Now, what are the proposals? One is we need to encourage much more entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the only way we can do this. But the way we've done it in the past is through governments and bureaucracies. Now, we can no longer have drones doing this. People that just live out of the system but do not produce. This cannot continue to be the case. We need to change the system into an industry that serves entrepreneurs that can produce. You know, just like bees, that they get together and work towards an objective. We need to change the system, and we need to create an industry to serve entrepreneurs, to flatten the level playing field, for everybody to have a chance and equal opportunities. The other thing we need to do is we need a new balanced scorecard. Look, I'm not going to shed away from my own ambitions, but we're living in a place where we all measure ourselves in how many zeros do we have in our checkbook. That's fine, but it should not be a necessary condition nor a sufficient condition to be admired. Today, it's a sufficient condition to be admired if you have many zeros in your checkbook. That's okay, I'm a capitalist, but we need additional conditions to be admired. It's fine that you have many zeros in your checkbook, but there needs to be an and. And what are you doing for humanity? We need a new type of corporation. That corporation where today our model is learn, earn, give. We cannot continue with that. We have to have learn, give, and earn. There has to be an and, because it is the only way that we are going to have a promising future, and it's the only way we're going to be able to stop the social warming effect. Thanks.